Hey everyone! I think I start every video with that. I think I need to change my opening line. But by now, if you're watching this video, you probably know who I am. I'm Diane Flores, livingthegoddesslife.com. You may also know me from Venus Pole Fitness, Goddess Body Bootcamp, or some of you who have joined this awesome private Facebook group, The Goddess Body Project, which is why I'm here today to cover some topics in relation to a program that I created around the principles of the Goddess Body Project. A little quick story for you on that. And also some hot topics. And I'm talking about these because they're all encompassing in regards to the Goddess Body Project that I have that is actually starting on Monday. But also, even if you don't join the Goddess Body Project, it's something for you to consider. So before I start my babbling, if you can see me, let me know. I know on my end it says that we are live. I am going to refresh my Facebook on my desk or on my laptop just to make sure all the hamsters in the Facebook interwebs are pulling me through so you guys can see me. I see one person looking at me. So if you are that one eyeball, make sure you pop in, say hello, give me a thumbs up, give me some love. You know, all that jazz. That's how that Facebook live world works. So you'll be able to see me. Give me a thumbs up. It looks like I have a couple more girls. Let me add them in real quick. I just posted on my public page, on my personal page. So I just added 2 more girls in. Okay, I see myself live. That is kind of weird. Okay, but I like it. Okay, so so today what I'm going to start off with, I've got a lot to cover. So hopefully I don't lose you. Hopefully you will get some good little nuggets of wisdom and some things to think about. I'm going to talk about 3 key things, and then I'm going to show you some awesome progress photos of a few of my clients that actually I'm working with right now. Super inspiring and motivating, and you guys are going to have to see this. So how to start from the ground up with weight training to strengthen, tone, and define your body. Now, a lot of times we get, I know that when I first started and I was kind of like ripping things from magazines, and thank you guys for the thumbs up, that's awesome. I was ripping things from magazines, trying to sort of riff with whatever I could find and piece together some sort of random program back in the day. A lot of it was like body part splits, and what that is like, oh, today I'm gonna go in and, you know, work my biceps and my back. And or it'd be, you know, I'm gonna go do some abs and cardio. And I know that's kind of like a classic one for most ladies. I know a lot of times when girls come into my coaching program, they're like, oh yeah, I just usually go do the elliptical and abs. And it's kind of like this like safe place to be, right? Like, oh, I just go to the machine because I know it's gonna turn on, and I know I just put in a program, and I get some sweat, so there's some instant gratification, and then I'm gonna go do some crunches for a little bit of burn in my abs. But yet they keep coming to me and telling me nothing's changing, I'm still looking the same, and I want to do something different. So in order to do something different, you're going to have, or in order to see a different result, you're going to have to do something you probably haven't done before. And I'm finding that the most success is when my ladies who are newer to weight training, and I'd say if you've been dabbling in and out of the gym or maybe tinkering around with a couple of machines within the last, you know, 6 months, maybe even a year, or maybe on and off, or you've kind of done it, you know, it doesn't have to be anything religious, is that full body workouts is where it's at 3 days a week. When you're first starting, or you don't really have like an intermediate to advanced level of exercise, that's a really great place to start. So if you are just kind of feel like that sort of fits the mold where you're not, you know, you're getting overwhelmed because you feel like you have to be in the gym 5 days a week, and you have to do like, you know, legs one day and back and biceps one day and chest and triceps and then shoulders and, you know, all this and that. Scratch all that, stop the overwhelm, and let's start with 3 full body workouts every single week and knock it out, get it done. You will be astonished at the results. I'm going to show you some pictures, so hang on. I'm going to show you some clients who started with this exact same method, and that way you can give it a look and see for yourself, okay? Second thing is you shouldn't always exercise the same all the time. So I know that's kind of a no-brainer, and I'm not really a big fan of this fallacy of like keeping your body guessing. However, when you first start a strength training routine, it's your body has to adjust, the central nervous system has to adjust, so there is some movement patterning that has to happen. You have to have some small wins in the very beginning. So usually when I program for my clients, or any sort of or even for myself, I like to set up a program in like 3 different stages. So you want to start out with a strength phase and then move on to the second phase. Maybe like the second set of 4 weeks is a little more challenging. You're going to firm and strengthen up a little bit. And then the last stage is what I call the define and tone stage. And that's where you're going to take things up a notch. You've already gone through the foundational stage, which is stage 1. You've gone through the firm and strengthen, which is stage 2. And then stage 3 is going to be where you sharpen and define, and you start to notice all of the tone and all the definition and all the hard work that you put in that first 4 weeks. So unlike cardio, there isn't an instant gratification with weight training. It's a lot slower. It's a lot more methodical. There's more of a process that has to be involved there. You have to build muscle, which means you have to eat properly too. So these all go hand in hand. You can't expect to just pop in the gym and, just kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall. Have you guys ever done that? Like see what sticks? That's kind of how I feel like a lot of times my weight training was in the very beginning, and a lot of my clients that come to me, it's like, oh yeah, I would just kind of I do some arms and then I get a little pump, and then I knew what this back machine did, so I do that. So go in with a plan. It's not overly complicated. The best bodybuilding exercises are the most simple in nature, like squats, hamstring curl machines to work on the back of the thigh, where a lot of us girls struggle with cellulite. Again, there's no spot reducing, but building that muscle there will help bring blood flow to the area, so reducing that appearance. I'm going to show you some amazing pictures of one of my clients, Nicole. So the foundations are all there, they're all set. And when you're first starting out, you don't need to be doing some crazy amount of body part splits unless you're getting ready to step on stage. And that could be the next step in your journey, but for right now, you don't need to worry about that stuff. So hopefully that provides some relief for you if you feel like you're going in the gym and that's what you're having to do. Third thing I wanted to talk about, I'm kind of just going on a tangent here, so feel free, I've got some eyeballs on me, feel free to put any questions in the comment box. They're scrolling up. I can see it live. I can see you. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop in there and let me know. Strict dieting is old school. So I've been talking a lot about the survey that I ran last week, because there has been so much wonderful insight in that survey for me about how women think, and how, I know that there's a lot of things that I think about and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just a little bit nuts. But it is evident that I am not the only one who thinks about these things. So it is sort of a, phenomenon amongst us women that we're thinking about these things. So old school dieting is totally a thing of the past. And what I mean by that is following a strict regimented meal plan. You can only eat like the exact same items that are on that plan. That gets boring. That's mundane. No wonder no one can stick to that. No wonder you're either dieting or you're not, because after you do that, you want to go crazy and you don't want to see any of those foods, right? So the approach that I use, and my one-on-one coaching clients, I use with them, and it's a different strategy, and you may have heard of it. It's flexible dieting, often referred to as if it fits your macros. So it is sort of a combination of that. I am not an advocate of just eating junk food all day long as it meets your macros. So there is some sanity to my method. There is some principles that I set, and some outlines as far as, these are some great foods, and pick from them. This is going to help you with energy, recovery, repair, and it's going to go hand in hand with your training goals. So in order to do that, it's different for everybody. So you can't just pick up some cookie cutter, oh, I found this on the internet and it says I should be eating 1,100 calories a day. Well, they don't know how old you are. They don't know your activity level. They don't know your training background. There's a lot of factors that go into play. So I have a formula for that, a worksheet for that I use for my clients, so that way they can figure it out. And then you will know, and if you're like, what are macros, Diane? Sorry, I should back up here a second. Macronutrients. So that is going to be your proteins, how much protein you should be eating a day, specifically for you, how much fat, how many fat grams, how much carbohydrates. And then also we talk about fiber and how important that is too, so that way your digestion stays at a normal rate and you're not you know, backed up or the other way, because you don't want that. Okay. So, so we do work on that too. And that is important. So, I know a lot of times, you know, calories, you know, a lot of times you hear so many different things coming at you, right? Like, a calorie is a calorie is a calorie. Well, I can tell you right now that a calorie, you know, 500 calories of like a McDonald's cheeseburger and some French fries is going to be and react way differently in your body, even if the macronutrients are the same. So let's say the fat, the carbs, and the protein are all the same in that meal as compared to, you know, a half a cup of brown rice and some chicken breast and some broccoli. So you're going to look different if you eat, you know, depending on what you eat for sure. So definitely calories in there is definitely a strategy to that, a method to that madness. And we go over that in the online coaching program too. I wanted to now show you, now that I've got quite a few eyeballs. Hey, can you guys see me? Can you still see me? Are the squirrels here? Actually, you know what? It's probably mice here because I'm out in the country that are in the internet, like keeping the internet alive. If you could still see me, let me know. I am going to bring up these photos. The first photo I'm going to show you, and just because like I'm a total proud mama bear, these girls, oh my gosh. Okay, the girls are at the studio watching me. Hi, ladies. So these girls I'm super duper proud of. I don't think I've shared these progress photos yet. So I'm going to show you real quick the first one. And these girls have all started with the same strategies that I'm telling you about. When they very first started, they had no idea what the hell a macro was. They were like, yeah, I've been to the gym. I've kind of poked around. They weren't advanced by any stretch of the imagination. Some of these girls didn't even touch a gym machine or anything until they actually started with me. And this one is probably one of my most proud before and afters. This is Tara. Awesome, Carla. Thank you. This is Tara. She actually, and the reason why I'm actually opening up this coaching program starting on Monday is because I just had a couple more girls. I have girls that are competing throughout the year. I have some that are competing next year that aren't ready to go on stage right now. But I've had, every time I post photos, my inbox is usually flooded on Facebook or my email. And they're like, hey, I want to get on your bikini coaching program. And I only open it up twice a year. It is a huge time investment for me. And I spend a lot of time on each individual program, and I'm a one-woman show. So then this spawned the idea for the group coaching program, which I'm going to have more details about, because this is exactly how these girls started. They had individual programs, but in the very beginning, they started the same exact way. They had tailored programs that were full body splits 3 days a week, and they're having some phenomenal results. So first up, I've got Tara, and Tara started with me, I want to say this, the beginning of this year. She just had a baby. And, well, not just, I think her little one is probably coming up on a year and a half-ish. But she has always wanted to participate in a figure competition ever since she's seen me coaching girls for a while. And she is a trooper. She's a mommy of 2. I think Connor is, I don't know how old I think Connor's maybe 2.5. So she's got 2 little ones under the age of 3, I'm pretty certain. She's a full-time nurse. She's a wife. She, you guys, has made it happen. So if anybody has an excuse of I ain't got no time, Tara's probably like the #1 person that can say I ain't got no time. And Tara got in there. She totally did an amazing job. So I'm going to show you Tara's photos. The one on the left is when she very first started. She hadn't been to the gym. She hadn't started working out. And then the middle picture is her first figure show. We weren't feeling like she was quite ready, quote unquote, and in a competitive sense to get on stage. She didn't care. She was so excited. She had lost a great amount of weight. She had, transformed her body. She wanted to do it. I'm like, I'm all for it, girlfriend. I'm supporting you. And then this last show was this week. Amazing. She looks so much different than the first show and from when she started, and she's just going to keep going. We're going to keep refining her personalized programs. But just to give you an idea, I'm going to show you Miss Tara real quick right. So good. Okay, so on the left, that's Miss Tara. Can you guys see her? And then that's when she just started with me. I want to say that was the beginning of this year. And then the middle is her first, this one right here. Can you see my arrow? right here. This was her first show, and then this was just a couple days ago. And I'm actually really proud of her. She did the same exact strategy. We worked with macronutrients. So she had a macro plan, and she also had, you know, we worked on stuff in the gym as well. So that was Miss Tara. So as you can see, she looks great. She did an amazing job. I'm very proud of her. She's going to keep going. Like I said, if anybody has the excuse of I ain't got time, that was Miss Tara. Now, the next photo I have for you is of one of my clients, Tiffany. Tiffany is a brand new client to coaching. So we have just barely scratched the surface with Miss Tiffany, meaning she is, I want to say this photo, this before and after, well, it's not really an after because she's still in the program, is about 6 weeks of progress. Only 6 weeks, dat booty dough. That's all I can say. All right. So check out Miss Tiffany's permission to share these with you ladies. So this is the start of the program. I'm very like, I keen in on, you know, how my girls look in the very beginning. She wanted to lift the booty, eliminate some cellulite, and definitely strengthen and tone her body. Look at this butt, you guys. Oh my God. She's standing the same. This is no like crazy photoshopped before and after. You can see right here, her butt has lifted. You know, she's dropped some fat around her kidneys, so her body fat has definitely reduced around the kidneys, which is where our body tends to hold on and wants to let go last, unfortunately. And she is walking much taller and much prouder these days. And look, you can see the definition. She's lost some appearance of cellulite there, so she's doing an amazing job. We're so proud of her. Again, Tiffany, I totally didn't even realize this. Another one that we could say doesn't have time. Miss Tiff is like a veterinarian. You know, she's crazy, works crazy hours, all hours of the night on call, you know, all that jazz. So again, she's killing it in the gym. She's even coming to boot camp. She's kind of doubling up. So she's a little bit cray-cray. I love her, but you know, she's definitely loving herself some exercise. And this last one, hang on, because this is, I think, I don't know. This is another one of my favorites, and I've been hanging on to these because they're so juicy, and I'm going to use them so that way, you know, girls, when I'm ready to launch my bikini coaching program again, they can actually see how incredible these results are. So this is Miss Nicole. Nicole has been with me. She started in December, January-ish, and she's actually going to compete probably in about a November 5th show, which is in a handful of weeks here, not very long. I want to say 6 weeks. And then her before and after, well, her progress pictures, because it's not really an after. Yeah, nice asses, right, Carla? So Nicole is, she was wanting to compete in bikini. Again, hadn't really touched weights, hadn't really gone down that pipeline. Everything was new to her. Working with macros was a foreign concept, something that we learned together and proved to provide amazing results, you guys. You're not going to believe this. I swear it's not photoshopped. And she might even be in this group. If she is, Nicole, please pop in and tell these guys this is really your butt and I didn't Photoshop it. I mean, I gave you the roadmap, but I ain't Photoshopping nothing. Okay. So this is Nicole. When she started, this was right before I launched my bikini program in, I want to say it was like December, the end of December. So she sent in these photos, and we've been working together on her macronutrients. So she had an individualized plan tailored to her, and which is easy to figure out. Again, in this launch of this program starting on Monday, I give you guys the same exact strategy to figure out your own macros. She had her gym program workouts, again, full body in the very beginning because she was brand new to training in the gym with weights. And then look at this, you guys. Bam! Look at that. Holy shnikes. So she's definitely, you can see right here in her back, you can see, check out her shoulders. This isn't even like a clear enough photo for you to really like enjoy the benefits of this, but she's leaned out. She definitely leans out super fast in her upper body. Of course, everybody's different. So she's leaned out really nicely in her upper body. Check this out. Can you guys see this area right here where my arrow is scrolling? This area right here, look how much her freaking waist, she already had a tiny waist, but it's so, she dropped so much body fat right there. And look at her booty. Oh my gosh, look at, we've totally reduced the appearance of cellulite. She, granted, is in her bikini pose right here, but not by much. I mean, she's not super sticking her booty out here, you guys. So check that out. Is that not incredible? Oh my gosh, I know, right? I'm proud of her. Regardless of anything at the end of the day in terms of like what the hell she places on stage, who cares? Like, who really? Like, this is insane to me. I love this shit. This is what I live for. And I'm gonna just scroll back around to the Goddess Body Project, because when I very first started weight training, I was I don't know if you guys remember Oxygen magazine, but I lived and died and breathed by that magazine. Like, the fitness competitors, the fitness models, whoever in there, I didn't have the money at the time. I couldn't afford a coach. I was, a single mom, 2 kids, working 2 jobs. I had, I was on government assistance. I mean, I was literally like, it was like my sanity was to get into the gym. I took my kids to the daycare. I worked at the gym. So the gym daycare was, was free for me. So it was fantastic. But at the time, Oxygen magazine had this forum, and I kept track of my journey in this forum after I had my daughter. And I named my thread, because I don't know if you guys remember how forums work. Like, you create a thread and people would be like posting their progress photos and their journey. And my thread was called The Body Project. This was so long ago, and I remember keeping that for a very, very long time. Then they got rid of the Oxygen forums and it was gone. But I just thought that the irony of that is that this is coming full circle for me. My trial and errors plus everything I've done with my clients, it's been phenomenal. And it's been really, really fun to work with them. I've enjoyed it. I'm going to check the comments real quick, because I know there has been some in here. Thank you guys for those of you that are still on. My goodness, I love it. Let's see. My girls are at the studio. Hi, Angela, Gina. You guys are in class watching. I love it. Hey, Carla, Callie. Okay, great. It's kind of slow. Oh, so hopefully you guys can see me. Sleep is so important. Cindy's another one in my group. Yep, made a huge difference. We talk about that too. Let's see. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. So with that, I'm just going to wrap up, give you guys some quick info on the program that starts on Monday. I'm thrilled to offer this because I think this is a great scratching the surface for those of you that have, if you've ever, even if you don't have the desire to compete, but you've always been like, I have a gym membership, I just need to do something with it. Like, I go, but I'm doing cardio, and like I said, it's like the treadmill and abs, or, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That is a waste of time. I'm not saying it's not great to get into the gym, get a little sweat on, and, feel great and feel healthy. I am absolutely an advocate of that. However, if you feel like you are trying to make some change and nothing is happening, like the same shit, different day, that is a huge waste of time that could be well spent on a productive, on a very productive program that, someone is going to be making for you. You're going to custom tailor your macronutrients, and it'll all come together cohesively in a strategized plan. So the Goddess Body Project starts on Monday. It is an online group coaching program. So what that means, it's a 90-day program. I make the entire program out for 4 weeks. So for 4 weeks, you guys are all doing the same exact workout, and it's going to be a full body strength training program. Don't let the word strength training scare you, okay, because you can do it. The first phase is going to be weeks 1 through 4. That is your foundations phase. That's where we're going to lay down the foundations of your full body training. You're going to learn those. That's where you're going to get the hang of things, and things are going to come easy to you. So you're going to do that program for 4 weeks. Then the second stage is going to be the firm and strengthen phase. That is going to be weeks 6 to 8. And in those weeks, your training is going to change. It's not going to be the same as the first 4 weeks. The reps are going to be different. The sets are going to be different. The schemes are going to be different. I talk you through all of that. Don't leave you alone. We're going to do that hand in hand. The third stage is the define and tone phase. So that is the stage of the program where you've already sort of built a little bit of a foundation there. Let's see what's underneath. That's where we do more supersets, which is a little more, it's kind of like working some cardio into your weight training. That's where you're going to start to say, oh, I've got a little, what's that? I got a little definition going on. I look strong. I look fit. That's where we're going to kind of peel back the layers of the onion, so to speak, and you're going to notice some changes in your body. That's where it starts to unfold. I will have some advanced options in there. So if you feel like you're more of an advanced exerciser, maybe you work out a lot of times, a lot more times during the week, more than 3 times, I've got some stuff to accelerate your fat loss. I've got some cardio recommendations in there that I'll post, so that way you can add those on based on the phase that you're in, because you don't want to go balls to the wall. Sorry for lack of better explanation. The first 4 weeks, because you won't be able to sustain that for the whole 90 days. You won't be able to do it. It'll kill you to try to work out 7 days a week in that, starting off at the gate. And I am going to try to advise you strongly against doing that. So there's going to be different phases of cardio depending on what stage of the program you're in. I also have another supplementation guide list for you if you want to accelerate your fat loss, you want to take it to the next level. If you feel like you're at a level you want to do that, I will have that for you as well. The other great thing about this is it's all done in a private Facebook community. It's not this one that we're in right now. It's my coaching group where all my bikini competitors are. It's an insanely motivating group. It's a very small group right now because I have a very small team of girls on that. But anybody in the Goddess Body Project will then go in there. You'll see them post their macros. You'll see them post their individualized workouts. You guys are going to have your own strategies and we'll collaborate in there. Now, this will also be great if you happen to be local and you're looking for a workout buddy. A lot of these girls are in the Modesto, Oakdale area. You can find somebody to hook up with there. They're always excited to meet new girls and help them through their workouts. And you will be able to connect with other girls in the program as well. So that will be there. And it's basically, working with macronutrients is taking your understanding of clean eating to the next level. So it's great if you have the foundations, but I'm not one to promote a whole lot of like excessive calorie counting unless you are going to stage, but using those macros is a good eye opener for you if you've never understood the concept of why you weren't seeing progress or results. It's definitely the ratios of all of your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, aka your macros. So that is what the program will entail. If you want more information on that, there is a link somewhere. I think it's above my noggin here, that has a link to the email that I sent out today. I'll be sending out a couple more emails over the next couple days. I already have a handful of girls who meet the criteria, because not everybody, this isn't for extreme beginners or people with history of like lots of injuries, because you definitely would want to work with a trainer in person for that. And if you do need that, let me know, because I have a great person locally for you. If you do, I have a few people, depending on where you live, Turlock or Modesto. So the link is there. And then there is, if you decide you read it over, it all sounds great. There is also a link in there for you to apply. And then I'm getting back to everybody individually as I am approving applications. And then we will get started on Monday. All right, you guys, thanks so much if you have hung in this far. I appreciate you. Again, on a mission to make the women who are in my circle fit, sexy, and confident, whether it's through pole dance, through bodybuilding workouts, through boot camp workouts, whatever your flavor is, I'm here to help you. And I'm signing off. Have a great evening, and I will see you in the group.